Welcome to the story behind the lens. As it says in the entry, I am your host, John Smith, with John A. Smith Photography. We just thought we would kind of do a few videos kind of explaining exactly the fun that we had and the experience that we had on some of our photos. Some of them lead to some pretty cool stories. Some lead to what we feel are pretty funny stories. And then you kind of give you a little insight on how we took the photo. So we're going to try to do this maybe once a week, maybe twice. Don't hold me to it, just as the videos come in. And I just thought it would be kind of fun. Good experience for me and to share at least what I felt when I took these photos. For example, this beautiful Saguaro National Monument cactus, which is called the saguaro, sits in the middle of Saguaro National Park. The sunsets there are beautiful if you catch it with the right time of the year. So it's pretty easy to take a pretty nice photo there. That said, sometimes we like to step out of the box and see what we can do by pushing a few limits for us. And one of them is staying in the park even though we're not supposed to. Technically, it was not our goal to stay in this park after hours. But once Tracy decided to climb up on a rock so we can illuminate the whole cactus, then that kind of brought us to where we were running out of time. In case you don't know this, the rangers of the Saguaro National Monument are not very pleased with those that stay in the park, let's just say, after you're supposed to. And what seemed like to me a 30-minute delay, probably Tracy would tell you it was a 3. They let us go with a warning and advised us if they saw us again, it would not be pretty. So that said, speaking of pretty, the photo came out pretty good. I always like to keep Tracy in this one just because I think it gives me perspective. And, it just gives us something else besides that saguaro and a sunset look. It actually kind of puts the photographer and the people helping with the photo in the picture, and then it creates the memory. She basically used a remote flash and held it up as high as she could while I sat down in a kind of lower valley of it and took the photo. What was cool about it is it was at sunset, and we still got the sky being beautiful and the effect that it did, and the rocks in the foreground were not lit up as well. The other thing that we like about this photo is what it inspired. This photo actually inspired another photo and made us push ourselves just a little. So this photo was actually inspired by the last photo. It has seen itself all around the internet, which hopefully I think it's gone around the world. Some sites have it at 8,000 likes. I've seen up to 4, 3. 8,000 was the most, but it's just kind of the photo that I first found out that I was pretty good at photography, and it's actually printed and hung in my house. So next week, we're going to go over how this photo came about and what we did to create it, and be more than happy to share with you, and the fun we had doing it, and maybe there's a funny story, if I recall, maybe there's not. But again, I appreciate you joining the story behind the lens, the story of my photos and how I envision them and how I feel. Join us next time, and thanks again for watching.